Rio Tinto's chief says WA is blessed by China and that renewables will supercharge demand for Aussie minerals. But what's better, the OBH or the Cottesloe Hotel? Trading Up, a collaboration by the West Australian and Grapha. In today's Trading Up, we focus on one of our biggest miners, Rio Tinto, who spoke at the West Australian Leadership Matters event. Rio Tinto's global bigwigs have been visiting Perth this week to mark the company's 150th anniversary. And they were keen to emphasise how important our relationship with China still is for the resources sector.
Australia is, and we might not talk so much about it, is blessed by its trade with China. It has a massive impact on the economy, of course, most notably here in Western Australia. So I do see this as good news.
In 2022, the Chinese imported over 1 billion tonnes of iron ore, with 65% of that coming from Australia, and much of it from Rio Tinto. As for the next boom, Rio is turning its sights to decarbonisation. If the world's to hit its Paris climate goals by 2050, the Rio chief says we'll need 700 million tonnes of copper, which is the same amount that Rio Tinto's produced over the last 150 years. We'll also need steel for wind turbines and electric cars.
You need more steel for the energy transition. And if you think really long term, the key thing is how can we decarbonize the whole steel chain? Because then steel is the material of the future. You need that for building, taking people out of poverty.
While decarbonisation is top of mind, he says he regrets setting emissions targets that Rio didn't have a hope in hell of meeting.
If I look in hindsight on our targets, I completely stick to the targets we have set, but I probably regret that I set a target for 2025. We have both a target for 2025, minus 15% and minus 50% for 2030. In hindsight, I would only have set it for 2030 because, you know what? For getting renewables in, 2030 is tomorrow.
All of that's mostly upbeat, but now a word of warning. Rio's chief fired a shot at the Treasurer about the potential for another $3 billion tax on the LNG sector, saying that could be really bad news for Australia. So, what about leadership? Are they born or grown?
Some people might be born as leaders. I'm certainly not. It's hard work. You really have to work with yourself. You have to immerse yourself in the company and be all in for the company.
And of course, the question asked of any visitor to Perth, which is better, the OBH or Perth's flashy new hotels?
My heart still beats for Cottesloe because things has not changed that much in Cottesloe. And I still like to go to OBH, and you can get a room for $100 with a beautiful view over the ocean, and you can have the most wonderful run at the beachside in the morning. So nothing beats OBH.
Turns out there still ain't nothing like a country crowd. You can find more business news content on thewest.com.au, or to see all the data and insights behind this video, check out grapha.com. Thanks for joining me on this special episode of Trading Up. I'm Heidi Cuthbert. See you next time.